Silent Night is both probably one of the most politically driven and darkest Christmas films you will ever watch. Moreover, it's the sort of film that will have you questioning what its true meaning and message were for weeks after the film's credits roll. Despite the fact many may say that Jingle All the Way is a criticism of capitalism, it's a far cry from the messages that Silent Night has to offer. As with a lot of films that have a political agenda, the quote-unquote satire can become obnoxious at points, and your enjoyment can often rely on how much you agree with the sentiments being rammed down your throat. Silent Night places its characters in a rather bizarre apocalyptic situation that has elements that mirrors the world's various crises over the past year or so. As such, there are many correlations to be made between some of the things that happen in the greater context of the story and current events. Depending on how you interpret the film's messaging, you may find Silent Night to be incredibly controversial. I myself found the story to have a somewhat anti-mainstream media message, but equally it could be seen simply as just a critique of the current government. There are no pseudonyms here, like in V for Vendetta. The Conservative Party are mentioned by name. This element of the film, along with the very dark story that accompanies it, means that Silent Night is not the kind of Christmas film you'd put on to put you in the spirit of the season. In fact, it's more likely going to make you a bit more pessimistic about the whole affair. The film wouldn't be anywhere near as tolerable if it hadn't been crafted well. Granted, the directing is rather dull, there's not much flair on display. There is one scene near the beginning that teases a more stylistic approach to shooting the characters and locations, but this ends up being empty as the film proceeds. The script can vary in quality as well. There's often moments where it's trying to be funny simply by having a bunch of children screaming swear words at each other. However, when the film's trying to be emotional, it often succeeds tremendously. Many scenes are gut-wrenching and horrific thanks to some of the lines in the screenplay. These lines are performed by actors of varying quality. The children can become tiresome. It's debatable whether this is up to the quality of their acting or the nature of their characters, but either way, I could have done with less of them. Many of the side actors are fine. Sope Diriziu and Lily Rose Depp pull off pretty good performances with the small screen time they get, but the real showstoppers are the two leads, Keira Knightley and Matthew Goode. Goode has been an actor which no one has really appreciated for a while now. He played one of cinema's best comic book villains as Ozymandias in Watchmen, and played a small but effective role in Series 2 of The Crown. He shows off his acting capabilities here to his fullest, with great comic timing and heartbreaking emotional monologues. Though, given the small budget nature of this film, it's not going to be the role that will finally make wider audiences realise how great he is. Keira Knightley too has gone somewhat under the radar lately, playing roles in much smaller films compared to her early days in Pirates of the Caribbean. Silent Night proves this is the right path for her, and it's exciting to see what other unique and smaller scale projects she picks next. Silent Night is the epitome of the anti-Christmas film. Instead of making you laugh at wacky elf antics, it makes you cringe at family arguments about politics at the dinner table. Instead of making you excited to open your presents on Christmas Day, it makes you question what all of this is about anyway. If you're willing to try something different this Christmas and have the patience for a film that feels a bit like it's projected from a soapbox, then maybe Silent Night will be the film for you. Silent Night gets a Deight score of 7. Happy dating, you loners.